Welcome back to Coin Collecting Adventures. Today we're diving into the fascinating world of Washington quarter dollars. From their rich history to their impressive values, we're counting down the top 10 most valuable Washington quarters. Whether you're a seasoned collector or just starting out, this is a video you won't want to miss. 1984 Washington Quarter. The Washington quarter has been a staple in American coinage since its introduction in 1932. The 1984 quarter, part of this long-running series, features the familiar profile of George Washington on the obverse, designed by John Flanagan. This iconic design was based on the bust of Washington by sculptor Jean-Antoine Houdon. The word liberty is inscribed above Washington's head with the phrase "In God We Trust" to his left and the date 1984 below. The reverse side of the coin features a majestic eagle with outstretched wings, clutching a bundle of arrows in an olive branch, symbolizing both war and peace. This design remained unchanged from 1932 until 1998, making the 1984 quarter a part of this classic era. In 1984, quarters were minted at three different facilities: Philadelphia No Mint Mark, Denver D Mint Mark, and San Francisco S Mint Mark for proof coins. The Philadelphia and Denver mints produced quarters for general circulation, while the San Francisco Mint struck proof coins specifically for collectors. The mint mark is located on the obverse side just to the right of the ribbon in Washington's hair. When it comes to collecting, condition is key. The value of a 1984 Washington quarter can vary significantly based on its grade. Let's break it down. Circulated coins, those that have been used in everyday transactions, typically have lower values. An average circulated 1984 quarter from Philadelphia or Denver might be worth just its face value of 25 cents, especially if it's in poor condition. However, in higher grades such as extremely fine XF or about uncirculated AU, these quarters can be worth a bit more, usually between 50 cents to $1. Uncirculated or mint state MS coins are where collectors find the most value. An MS65 grade 1984 quarter, for example, can fetch anywhere from $5 to $10 depending on the market. Proof coins from the San Francisco Mint, which were made specifically for collectors, typically have a higher value due to their limited mintage and superior quality. A 1984 S-proof quarter in PR65 condition might be valued at around $4 to $8. Coin errors and varieties always add an extra layer of excitement to collecting. For the 1984 Washington quarter, notable errors can include off-center strikes, double dies, and more. These errors can significantly increase a coin's value. 1997 Washington Quarter. The 1997 Washington quarter is part of the Washington Quarter series, which began in 1932 to commemorate the 200th anniversary of George Washington's birth. By 1997, the quarter had already seen several changes in its design and composition, but it remained a staple of American currency. Designed by John Flanagan, the obverse features the iconic portrait of George Washington. The reverse, until the introduction of the 50-state quarters program in 1999, showcased an eagle with outstretched wings. This eagle design was a symbol of strength and freedom, capturing the essence of American spirit. Now, let's take a closer look at the design and specifications of the 1997 Washington quarter. On the obverse, we have George Washington facing left with the word liberty to his left and the phrase "In God We Trust" below his chin. The year 1997 is inscribed at the bottom. On the reverse, we see the majestic eagle with spread wings clutching arrows in its talons. Below the eagle is a wreath of olive branches symbolizing peace. The words "United States of America" and "quarter dollar" are inscribed around the edge. The 1997 Washington quarter is made of a cupronickel composition with a diameter of 24.26 mm and a weight of 5.67 grams. In 1997, the U.S. Mint produced Washington quarters at three locations: Philadelphia P, Denver D, and San Francisco S. The Philadelphia and Denver Mints struck the quarters for general circulation, while the San Francisco Mint produced proof coins for collectors. Here are the mintage numbers for each mint. Philadelphia 595,860,000. Denver 636,200,000. San Francisco 2,055,649 proof coins. While these numbers are quite high, making the 1997 Washington quarter relatively common, the condition of the coin can significantly affect its value. When it comes to determining the value of a 1997 Washington quarter, the coin's grade is crucial. Coins are graded on a scale from 1 to 70, with 70 being a perfect uncirculated coin. Here are some general value ranges based on the coin's condition. 1995 Washington Quarter. The Washington quarter has been a part of American currency since 1932, honoring the first president of the United States, George Washington. The 1995 quarter is no exception, continuing the legacy with its classic design. Minted in Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco, the 1995 Washington quarter features Washington's bust on the obverse designed by John Flanagan. The reverse showcases the American bald eagle, symbolizing freedom and strength. 1995 was a notable year in history. The U.S. economy was booming, and the internet was just beginning to reshape the world. Amidst all this, the 1995 Washington quarter was quietly making its way into circulation. Now, let's talk about the mintage. Over 1.2 billion Washington quarters were minted in 1995, with the majority produced at the Philadelphia and Denver mints. The San Francisco mint struck proof quarters primarily for collectors. Keep an eye out for the mint marks P for Philadelphia, D for Denver, and S for San Francisco. Proof quarters from San Francisco are highly sought after due to their limited mintage and exceptional quality. Let's get to the part everyone is waiting for: the value of the 1995 Washington quarter. In circulated condition, these quarters are generally worth their face value. However, in uncirculated or proof condition, they can be worth significantly more. An uncirculated 1995 quarter with a high grade can fetch anywhere from a few dollars to over $20 depending on its condition. Proof quarters, especially those in pristine condition, can be valued even higher, sometimes reaching upwards of $50 or more. Don't forget about error coins. The 1995 Washington quarter has its share of interesting errors, such as off-center strikes, doubled dies, and more. These errors can significantly increase the coin's value, making them highly desirable to collectors. 1986 Washington quarter. The 1986 Washington quarter is part of the broader series of Washington quarters minted from 1965 to 1998, which are notable for being composed of a copper nickel clad instead of the earlier silver composition. Now let's take a closer look at the design. On the obverse side of the coin, we have the familiar profile of George Washington. Above his head is the word liberty, and to the left is the phrase "In God We Trust." Below Washington's profile, you'll find the date 1986. The reverse side features a majestic bald eagle with outstretched wings perched on a bundle of arrows with two olive branches beneath it. The words United States of America are inscribed at the top and quarter dollars at the bottom. The 1986 Washington quarter was minted in 3 locations: Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. Coins from Philadelphia have no mint mark. Those from Denver have a D, and those from San Francisco have an S and are proof coins, made specifically for collectors. The mint mark can be found on the obverse side of the coin just to the right of Washington's ponytail. Now let's get to the part you've all been waiting for: the value of the 1986 Washington quarter. The value of these coins can vary significantly based on their condition and mint mark. For circulated coins, the value is generally around face value 25 cents, unless the coin is in exceptionally good condition. Uncirculated coins, those that have never been used in transactions, can be worth more. An uncirculated 1986 quarter from the Philadelphia or Denver mint can be worth between $1 and $5. Proof coins from San Francisco are more valuable. A proof 1986 Washington quarter can be worth around $5 to $10 depending on its condition and whether it's still in its original packaging. 1990 Washington quarter. The 1990 Washington quarter is part of this long-running series which has seen many changes and commemorations over the years. Let's take a closer look at the design. The obverse or front of the 1990 Washington quarter features John Flanagan's iconic portrait of George Washington. Above Washington's head, you'll see the word liberty, and to the left, the phrase "In God We Trust." Below the portrait, the date 1990 is prominently displayed. On the reverse side, you'll find an image of an eagle with outstretched wings, clutching a bundle of arrows with olive branches beneath. The inscriptions include United States of America at the top and quarter dollar at the bottom. The eagle design remained largely unchanged from its introduction until the state quarter series began in 1999. The 1990 Washington quarter was minted at 3 different locations: Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. Here's a quick breakdown of the mintage numbers. Philadelphia, no mint mark, 613,792,000. Denver, D mint mark, 927,638,181. San Francisco, S mint mark, proof only, 3,299,559. While these numbers might seem high, the value of a coin depends on its condition and rarity, among other factors. Now let's talk about the value of the 1990 Washington quarter. In circulated condition, these coins are generally worth their face value of 25 cents. However, uncirculated coins or those with higher grades can fetch higher prices. For instance, a 1990 quarter in MS65 condition mint state 65 can be worth around $15 to $20. Proof coins, particularly those with deep cameo contrast, can be valued even higher, sometimes reaching up to $10 or more, depending on the market. One aspect that can significantly increase a coin's value is if it has an error. Some known errors for the 1990 quarter include off-center strikes, double dies, and coins struck on incorrect planchets. These error coins can be quite valuable to collectors, sometimes selling for hundreds of dollars depending on the severity and rarity of the error. 1983 Washington Quarter. In 1983, the Washington Quarter was minted in two locations: Philadelphia, represented by a P mint mark, and Denver, represented by a D mint mark. Interestingly, no quarters were produced at the San Francisco Mint for circulation that year, although proof sets were made. The Philadelphia Mint produced approximately 673,535,000 quarters, while the Denver Mint produced about 617,806,446 quarters. Despite these large numbers, finding high-quality specimens can be challenging. What makes the 1983 Washington Quarter particularly interesting to collectors is the relative scarcity of high-grade coins. Due to widespread circulation and less focus on collecting during the early 1980s, many 1983 quarters show significant wear. In terms of value, circulated 1983 quarters are generally worth their face value. However, uncirculated or mint state coins can fetch higher prices. As of current year, a high-grade MS65 1983 P quarter can be valued around $30 to $50, while an MS65 1983 D quarter might be worth $20 to $40. Proof coins from 1983, especially those with cameo or deep cameo finishes, can be valued even higher. Like many coins, the 1983 Washington Quarter has its share of interesting varieties and errors. One notable variety is the 1983 P double die reverse, where doubling can be seen on the eagle's feathers and other details. These errors are quite rare and can significantly increase a coin's value. Other errors to look out for include off-center strikes, broad strikes, and coins struck on improperly prepared planchets. If you come across a 1983 quarter with any of these characteristics, it might be worth a closer look. For those looking to add a 1983 Washington Quarter to their collection, here are a few tips. Check the condition. Look for coins with minimal wear, strong luster, and sharp details. Consider getting your coins graded by a professional service, especially if you believe they are in mint state condition. Be aware of key varieties and errors that could increase your coin's value. Use reliable reference materials and stay updated on current market values. 1981 Washington Quarter. The Washington quarter dollar coin has been a staple of U.S. currency since its introduction in 1932, commemorating the 200th anniversary of George Washington's birth. The design, featuring a profile of the first U.S. president, was created by sculptor John Flanagan. The 1981 Washington quarter, like its predecessors, carries this iconic design, but let's delve deeper into what makes this particular year special. On the obverse side of the 1981 Washington quarter, we see the familiar bust of George Washington. Above his head is the word liberty, and to the left, the phrase "In God We Trust" below Washington's neck. You'll find the year 1981. Flipping the coin over, the reverse side features a majestic eagle with outstretched wings, clutching a bundle of arrows. Below the eagle, there's an olive branch symbolizing peace. The inscriptions "United States of America" and quarter dollar encircle the eagle. This design, also by John Flanagan, has been a defining feature of the Washington quarter. In 1981, Washington quarters were minted at three different locations: Philadelphia no mint mark, Denver D, and San Francisco S. The Philadelphia and Denver mints produced the business strike coins, while the San Francisco mint struck the proof coins. Let's take a closer look at the mintage numbers. Philadelphia minted approximately 601.9 million quarters, Denver produced around 575.7 million, and San Francisco struck about 4 million proof coins. These numbers give us an idea of the coin's availability and rarity. Now let's talk about what everyone wants to know: the value. The value of a 1981 Washington quarter varies based on its condition and mint mark. Circulated coins are generally worth their face value of 25 cents. However, uncirculated and proof coins can be more valuable. For uncirculated coins, those graded MS65 can fetch around $5 to $10, while higher grades like MS67 can go for $50 or more. Proof coins, especially those with deep cameo contrast, can be valued at $5 to $20 or higher, depending on their condition and the current market demand. 1974 Washington Quarter. The 1974 Washington Quarter is a significant piece of American coinage, minted during a time of economic and political change. The Washington Quarter series began in 1932, commemorating the 200th anniversary of George Washington's birth. The 1974 edition continued this tradition, featuring the same classic design that collectors have come to love. The obverse of the 1974 Washington Quarter showcases the familiar profile of George Washington, designed by John Flanagan. This design has remained largely unchanged since its introduction. The reverse side features the majestic image of the American bald eagle clutching arrows and an olive branch, symbolizing strength and peace. The 1974 Washington Quarter was produced at three different mints: Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. Coins minted in Philadelphia bear no mint mark. Those from Denver have a D mint mark, and San Francisco coins feature an NS. The total mintage for 1974 was substantial, with millions of coins produced across all three mints. Now, let's talk about the value of the 1974 Washington quarter. Like most coins, the value depends on its condition and mint mark. Circulated coins are generally worth their face value of 25 cents. However, uncirculated coins, especially those with a high grade, can be worth significantly more. For example, a 1974 quarter in MS65 condition, which means it has no signs of wear and retains its original luster, can be worth around $5 to $10. Proof coins from the San Francisco Mint, especially those in pristine condition, can fetch even higher prices, sometimes exceeding $20. 1980 Washington quarter. Let's start with the basics. The 1980 Washington quarter features the familiar design by John Flanagan, which has been a staple since 1932. The obverse depicts a portrait of George Washington, while the reverse showcases a bald eagle with outstretched wings, clutching an olive branch. In 1980, the Washington quarter was struck at three mints: Philadelphia no mint mark, Denver D, and San Francisco S. Each mint produced a substantial number of quarters, but the Philadelphia and Denver mints produced the bulk of the coins. Now let's talk about value. The 1980 Washington quarter is generally considered a common coin. However, its value can vary based on its condition and mint mark. Here's a breakdown of the approximate values you can expect. Uncirculated condition in mint state grades, such as MS60 to MS65, the 1980 quarter typically ranges from $1 to $3. Proof coins: the San Francisco Mint produce proof versions of the 1980 quarter, which can be more valuable. In high-grade proof condition, these can range from $2 to $6. The 1980 Washington quarter is a great coin for beginners and seasoned collectors alike. Its widespread production means it's relatively easy to find, but that doesn't make it any less interesting. It's a piece of American history that represents a stable period in U.S. coinage. Remember, the value of any coin can fluctuate based on market demand and the condition of the coin. If you're considering adding a 1980 Washington quarter to your collection, check for any unique features or high-grade examples that might increase its value. That wraps up our detailed look at the 1980 Washington quarter dollar. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe to Worth Coin channel for more insights into valuable and fascinating coins from history. And if you have any questions or comments, drop them below. We'd love to hear from you. Thanks for watching and happy collecting.